Right, good morning. How are we this morning? Today's Monday the 13th of November 2018. My name's Andy, property Web-Ber for property information here in Spain, which we do on a daily basis, and we've got a database from 1993, so we're doing this for quite a bit of time. And we do this in English for our American and European customers. So let's get started. Okay, if we go into the summary page for today, on the commercial side, we've got a retail company, luxury retail company, is going into a new luxury market. So if they make any errors, they might be up for a bit of a shock there. Sossitsumi sent in, which is dedicated to commercial centres, stuff like that, has increased its sales. Another Historia, which is again in commercial centres, has slowed down its growth. A sports chain has opened up in a commercial centre in Albacete. Yes, the states are suffering. Let's see what actually happens over here. But are we on for an apocalypse on the retail side? Let's see what happens over here, because debt is up to our necks, apparently. Hotel Group is going into the Gran-Via now, opening up in the Gran-Via. And Chain has just opened up a new hyper in Galicia. ImoRed just sorted out the new Chinese manufacturer of telephones in a big commercial centre in the centre of Madrid. And if we go into industrial, a very, very big distribution company has just announced that it's going to be opening up a logistics centre in Bilbao. General, a property company that has made losses quite regularly, is saying now that its losses are being stopped, although it's announced nearly 8 million of losses up until September. Yeah, watch that space. Might be worth giving them a buzz to see if there's anything they want to get rid of. Another property company that's generally changed over to a Sothimi that we're going to go back to, because another thing that's very, very interesting that's happened just today, it's been announced this morning. They have just got 82% more because they're just being converted in a Sothimi. Ciudad de la Justicia. Read all about it. And the property company, which is the Sothimi, has just announced that it's going to be rehabbing one of their buildings in Barcelona, which includes a commercial gallery. Property companies are actually coming out and saying now that there's a lot of ups and downs now in the investment market in Madrid and Barcelona, caused by the what's actually happening in Catalonia. So let's hope that Catalonia gets itself sorted out as quickly as possible. On the resi side, a group's up for 2 developments in Valencia, and luxury development, new luxury development in the centre of Madrid. Bit of an article on that, indicating prices, where it's all occurring, who are the main players. Contracts that are up for renewal. On the industrial side, 900 in industrial in Alcorcón. On the office side, 1,400, a food chain in Madrid. Easy Property. Again, we've got the rights on the mark of Easy Property for the whole of Europe. Okay, so retail units up for rent, one in Avenida Mediterráneo, Dr. Izquierdo, and in Jorge Juan. Right, going into the rumours section. A big supermarket chain has decided to put up about 100,000 of land and locales up for sale. So very, very interesting. Let's watch that space. And going back to the Sothimi, one Sothimi has just taken over, or announced today, this morning, that it's going to take over 100% of another Sothimi. So there'll be probably a bit of movement in between people changing companies over the next 6 months. Watch that space. On the deal side, a fund has just bought 3 residential units in the north of Madrid, apparently, sites. Watch that as well, because it's apparently the last remaining space, or big space, that's available in the north of Madrid. And the person who sold it is actually one of the interesting, should we say interesting players over the last 3 to 4 years in the market, who has maybe convinced some people of what he's actually up to. Let's just leave it at that. Another JV has just bought a very large industrial part of land in Guadalajara. Going to be building 2 logistics centres there, and the people who bought it are also very, very interesting, because they've bought it and they're actually quite done a couple of ops over the last 2 years, selling on to funds. So watch that space as well. On the European side, Belgium investor has bought a commercial centre in Cayenne in France. On the hotels side, a Spanish chain has just done a sale and leaseback in Amsterdam, and German investor has just bought a portfolio of retail units in Germany. Offices, investor bought a head office in Milan, and another fund has bought as well in an office area in the north of Milan as well, and another fund has bought in Essen in Germany. And a leisure fund has just bought, interestingly, a men's club. And that's not the club that probably enters into everybody's mind straight off, but it's actually a gentleman's club in the centre of London. So interesting, because that building maybe will continue as a gentleman's club, or maybe will be developed. Okay, going back onto our database, if we pop into, let's have a look. Let's go into the take-up area. Here we can go in and see in most areas. We go into, for example, in Barcelona. So in Barcelona we can see a take-up in Barcelona, and from there it's possible to go into whichever subzone, and for example, if we go into this subzone, you can see all the buildings we've got registered, the deals that have taken place. You can even go in to the areas and get your big data, if you want, of the deals. And here you can actually go into the deal, see what's happened, and also see who are the agents most active in that area. Okay, that's the database example for today. Signing out. Ring me, send me a message. You've got all the details on the web page. Anything you want to tell me about, ring me or send me a message. Okay, signing out for today. Thank you very much for your attention, and more fun tomorrow. Okay.